hosted by Leif Gantvoort, Travis Oates, Alexa Cappiello, and Dan Billet.
Everything's there!
And I'm Brett Sheridan. Here's your game master for today, Leif Gantvoort.
All right, thank you, Brett, and thank you, kids. That's right, I am today's game master. Welcome to the show that is a game of games. What that means is that every episode is a game, and every episode we play games. Now, while we play those games, I am going to give out points to the rest of my fellow hosts. Now, sometimes those points are tied to the games, but sometimes they are not. For example, Travis Oates.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Banana.
Excellent. I'm going to give you 5 points for that.
Okay.
Dan Billet, positive or negative?
Positive. Negatively.
Yeah, there we
Yes.
go. Negative. All right. Lex Cappiello, red, white, or blue? Multiple choice.
Red.
I'm going to give you 10 points for that. I was going for blue, but I liked your hesitation. Okay, that's how the show is played, okay? And whoever has the most points in the end will win. We will crown them the most winner of everything, a title they will hold dear for the rest of their lives, I have no doubt. Because also while we play the games, we're also going to be playing for one of the lucky fans out there. If you left a comment on one of our videos, we will be giving you a prize in the end. So stick around to see if that's going to be you. Today we are going to be playing 3 games, and later we are going to have Ryder Strong join
we're
us.
not. Really?
Yes. Ryder Strong is going to be joining us to play a game.
From what? What is Ryder Strong famous for, Leif?
Do you want me to go into that right now? I mean, he was on Boy Meets World.
Oh my God, I love that show. That's why I'm asking.
And when he walked in, Lex went, "Oh my God, it's a guy from Boy Meets World."
I did. I had a total fangirl moment.
But we can't have a winner at the end of the game without playing some of the games. So let's play our first game.
I really feel like I've been set up now.
Yeah.
The first game we are going to be playing today is called Let It Grow.
Let it grow.
Let it
Yeah.
grow.
Let it grow. All
Strange
right.
implications.
Contestants, this is how it's going to be played. I am going to give you a word suggestion. You're going to write on your paddle a word based on that suggestion, and then you are going to pass it to the next person. I will give another suggestion, and you will write down another word. We will do this 5 times, writing and then passing, writing and then passing. Once we have 5 words, you are going to learn what we will do with them at that point. Okay?
This is testing both my verbal and my math skills.
Yes. You're also going to have to recognize what a word type is, which might be a
word
challenge.
type. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You might
Because-
want to define those word types.
Well, here's the thing. I wrote them down, and I was like, I think I know what those mean, so we might have to debate it a little bit.
This is why Mad Libs help shape your future.
Okay.
I just differentiate big words, small words, good words, bad words. That's all. That's it.
All right. So
Word
your
types.
first word that you need to write down is a preposition. Write down a preposition. See? What a preposition is. All right, so everybody loses points if I can do that.
Hold on. Come on.
Dan knows what a preposition is. And I know Travis knows what a preposition is, but could you remind him what a preposition is?
This is going great.
Wait, me?
Yes, just for Travis.
Sure, remind me of what a preposition is, Dan.
It's a connecting word that describes.
Is it?
No, not is.
Is this a verb? Is this a verb?
It would be something like of or
Or?
when. No, or is a conjunction.
Well, why did you say of or?
No,
But
This is already going
But-
gangbusters.
but is not. But is what you're sitting on. That
Who knew there was going to be an English
God.
test today? You
Yeah.
guys-
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
None of you, when you woke up this morning, was like, I better
right.
know my English terms.
Well, I'm going to write down of.
So did I.
Because that's what Dan wrote down.
Okay.
And Dan says he thinks he knows what a proposition
All right, so
is.
pass it to the
Proposition,
person.
that's a whole other thing. And that gets you in trouble on Hollywood Boulevard.
Can I just say I'm a writer for a living? Too? That's just awesome.
All right, so pass it to your right. So Lex, you're going to pass to Trav.
We all
Dan
have
is gonna
of.
Yes, we all
All of us
have.
wrote down of.
All right, so your second word, I want you to write down a color. Now, I hope you know what that means. But for the audience out there, a color is a color. There's nothing really deeper than that.
All right.
Okay, you got a
Guys,
color written down?
No, I'm
Yes.
changing my color. I
Yes.
didn't like my color.
Oh, come on. It's not that hard, okay?
Okay, go.
All right.
Okay.
Pass it, pass it,
You and
pass
I
it.
are being cute
Yes,
with our colors because we couldn't just write down yellow or
This
red.
is hilarious.
Now,
Oh wow,
give me a proper noun.
a proper noun.
Yeah.
That's a noun that hangs out in a good part
Hold
of
on,
town.
sorry. I skipped ahead.
Oh.
An adjective first.
An adjective.
All
You
right.
mean a describing word? Like something that...
Thank
yes,
you, Dan.
all
You
right.
get 5 points for that because you understand the English language.
An adjective.
Come on. You know what an adjective is,
Something.
Travis.
An adjective. Sorry, I'm remembering high school rock. A
Schoolhouse
describing
Rock?
word.
Schoolhouse Rock.
What did I say?
You said high school rock.
Well, I was in high school.
Unless it was something else. Maybe at your high
No,
school
it
they
was-
had a
it was my
program
high
that was high
school.
school
We
rock.
did.
I mean, yeah, in Canada.
I used to
a
be so good
describing
at
word.
grammar, and I've forgotten all of it.
Why is this so hard? Come on.
Because we haven't done it since high school, and it's
don't
been a
know.
while.
But just
I don't
write
know,
down-
just
while.
trying to make
Now.
this difficult.
Now the next word is a proper noun.
Proper
Okay.
noun.
1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4. Right.
Spelling is why it was hard, right, Travis?
Well, no, I'm a terrible speller.
there are
You don't even want to get me started with spelling.
yeah. I'm not going to take away
I'm the
points
worst
for spelling.
speller.
Because on this show we never take away points. That is one of the rules that we incorporate into this show.
sorry.
You
That
can
is true.
only gain points.
No, if it wasn't for the fact that there's a spell check function, I couldn't be a writer.
Dan, are you still you're stumbling on proper noun?
No, I am amazed.
Proper nouns, though,
No,
first one I
already
knew.
wrote mine. That was the.
Oh well, then why didn't
Well,
you
then why
pass
are
it to
you-
Lex?
because I'm amazed that but you'll find out. There's some similarities.
So is this
Okay,
like-
for your
is this like-
final word
Yeah.
is a verb.
This
Do we
is-
know what a verb is?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right.
For those of
Do we
us
have a
that-
tense for this verb?
those of us
Is
that-
it-
No tense this time. No
okay,
tense.
all
We're
right,
not
all
going to
right.
get
I just
into
want
the
to
specifics of that.
remind us what a verb is.
A verb is an action.
Action.
So I think so. Right.
Okay.
Hey, if
Yes,
you
yes,
disagree
it's-
with our English, please leave a comment and point out how incorrect we are when it comes to the English language.
Is it a verb unless you put an ing on the end and then it becomes
That's
an
a
adverb?
gerund.
Or a
No,
gerund.
that's a gerund.
That's not an adverb.
I don't know.
Adverb ends with an ly or.
I grew up in Canada. We had completely different rules. For
You had
Yeah,
a
yeah.
different language.
Sure.
Okay, now
put
pass it
U's
one
and
more
things,
time,
it's a
so
big
it
thing.
should go back to the owner, the person that originally. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, I don't care.
Not at all.
I
Not
don't
even
care.
close.
All right, so now based on those 5 words, what I want you to do is pitch me a board game using that as the title.
Sure.
Okay, now
This,
I,
this is the 5 words of the title of the board game.
the 5 words are the title of the board game. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to kind of get your thoughts together. I don't want to spring it on you too hard, so I'm just going to talk to Brett while that's happening. Brett, how are you? Your mic's
I have
not
a
on.
microphone.
There we
I
go.
need a microphone. I need a microphone. I'm gonna rap right now.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
don't do
just
that.
mixing it up in here, and yeah, having a good time. What did you want to know about me?
Brett, no, I wanted to tell you something. Did you know that Barbie has a full name? That Barbie is not her full name?
I believe I knew this because I watched that Toys That Made You. I don't know. What, I think she was named after the creator of
Her
the Barbie.
full name, the doll's full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts.
Yeah, I think it was the woman who created it. And there was a funny story about how the designers came back and they had put, can we say nipples on the show?
You just did.
They had put nipples on it, and she's like, no, don't put nipples on the doll. You know, of course, make her breasts huge, but don't put
nipples.
nipples on it.
No,
don't
no,
put
no.
nipples on it.
And no penis on Ken.
Nope. Not ne'er.
Did you know
penis.
that Ken's full name is Ken? Yeah, lot of people don't know this.
All right, so I think we went more than 30 seconds. Who would like to go first
I
when
am
it comes
so
to
confused.
Dan- Dan would like to go first.
I don't
You look
so
excited,
all
Dan.
these words are in the title that we are giving to this
They
game.
are the title.
They are
Right,
the
these
title of the
are-
game.
Oh,
title
these
of-
are the and I'm describing what the game is.
Did you
So-
spend 30
Oh.
seconds coming up with a title
Yes,
that you
I
would
did,
already have
but
in
it
the
was,
card?
Yeah, right.
right.
Okay, so then the title
Give me
of the
the
game
title of the
is
game.
Of Cerulean Strong Mrs. Frizzle Running.
Okay.
This is a great game. I love this
What's the game? What's the game?
Of Cerulean Strong Mrs. Frizzle Running. What is the game?
Yeah, what's the
well,
game,
let me
Dan?
tell you what that game
I would
is.
love you to tell me what that
That
game is.
is a game where a Muppet is a very powerful Muppet is or you are a series of Muppets competing for the
5
affection
points.
of
You know I love Muppets.
Mrs. Frizzle, the head of the Muppet School, and you're all in a race to win the blue trophy of goodness.
Okay, the blue trophy of goodness. Is this a roll and move? Is that what you're saying?
I
It's
would
a-
say it's no. Let's call it a an auction based trick taking sort of
trick-taking game.
yeah,
Okay.
auction based trick taking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for your game. I will take that under consideration when it comes to what game I am going to greenlight. Lex, would
Great.
you like to go next?
Sure. My game, this is very Mad Libby, and I enjoy it because I used to do Mad Libs a lot as a kid. Anyway, the game is called Of Periwinkle Steamy Chicago Swim.
Ooh, a lot of potential there.
Yeah. Sure. So basically, the game is you go to Chicago to swim in a steamy pool, and you got to wear a periwinkle Speedo while you do it.
Speedo.
And you have to beat other contestants swimming in the steamy pool, and that's the game.
What color is the
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. I'm gonna give you 5 points for
Oh,
that.
thanks.
Travis Oates, what do you got? Give me the best game that you come up with.
Before I give the answer,
Yes, of course.
I would just like to. I want to give the listeners and viewers at home a little bit of a insight into what we do here. We test these games ahead of time.
Except for this one.
Except
for
Yeah.
some weird reason.
We test these games ahead of time, just in case, for example, people don't know what verbs are, and and we make sure that the games are solid and we won't look like idiots when we play them.
Yeah.
Guess which one today we didn't play ahead of time.
Yep.
So mine is Of Periwinkle Blue Shiny Mr. T Sneeze.
So Periwinkle was on more than
twice.
one.
That's
Periwinkle was
when I
twice.
paused
What are
and
the
I was-
odds?
Yeah,
I
when
said
was-
periwinkle blue, you said periwinkle, and you wrote it after
And
me.
I don't know that I did.
And I said
didn't see
cerulean, which is they're all blues.
Yeah, they're all blues.
So
Wavelength.
this game, of course, comes with a plastic revolving Mr. T head that is filled with shiny glitter, and it's all about taunting Mr. T until he becomes so angry he sneezes right on you.
That, yes. 10
Yeah.
points for
Yeah.
that.
I
That
will-
is excellent.
I'll pity the fool that ends up shiny.
You get another 5 points for that. I like the slogan. All right, excellent. I'm very impressed with all of your games.
I'm glad someone is.
I mean, so we're going to play another round of this, so go ahead and
good.
erase your
All
boards.
right, sure.
Oh, another
Wow,
one. Okay.
Sure.
I will warn you that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a board game this time that you are constructing, okay?
Well,
All right?
That's good because the first one was way too easy.
All right, so for round 2, we are going to start, with an interjection.
All right, I know what a noun is. Noun is a person, place, or thing.
Here's the thing. I'm going to give you a little bit of guidance on this.
All right.
Yes. And go ahead and add an exclamation point or some sort of punctuation at the end of your interjection.
All right.
Oh, you're on it, Lex.
Yeah.
You know what
I know
an
what an
interjection
interjection is. Hey.
Okay.
All right, pass it when you're ready.
Oh, that's right.
Pass it.
I should get points.
Trav just showed me his pedal.
I should get points for being Speedy Gonzalez, by the way.
Yes, all right, Lex.
Just
I
saying.
do not like begging for points,
I'm
but I'm
not
going to give you
begging, I'm
points.
telling.
All right.
I'm just leaning into my literary ignorance, is what I'm doing.
Second word, a proper noun.
A proper noun.
Oh.
So we all know what a proper noun is.
Yes, yeah,
we do.
yeah.
It's name. Brett, do you know what a proper noun is?
Nope.
No. Okay. All right. It's good you're not playing this round then.
I was trying to order food.
Proper nouns are ones that drink tea with their little pinky up.
All right. Third word, verb. All right. And did we learn our lesson last time as to what a verb is? I don't think we did.
I'm just writing words. I don't know if any of these are anything.
All right.
Hold it. I'm making a selection here.
Verb.
It's a verb. I know it's a verb.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm going to throw you for a loop. A gerund. We talked about it in the last round.
Come
we
on.
talked about it in the last round. If you were
What if
paying
you already
attention.
got a gerund when you were supposed to get a verb?
So it's gonna be a double gerund verbage scenario.
Uh-huh.
What the heck is a gerund? Just like, come
It's
on.
when a verb becomes a noun.
Okay.
It ends in ing.
Yeah. So sing. He enjoys singing.
Sure. I got
Every time I put down verb, I put down an gerund. So,
Uh-huh.
just so you know.
All right. And fine. Oh, you guys are still writing. I'm so sorry.
I'm not. I'm done. I'm done, Leif.
Thank you, Travis. You get 5 points just because you're brown nosing me
Okay.
All right.
for English class. And finally, an adverb.
What's an adverb? I don't know.
It's a modifier for a
descriptive
verb. So
Sure.
it's if you're doing something
Sure.
It adds
slowly
to the
or,
verb. It's
you
in
know,
the
yes,
word.
Yeah.
So you add an ly onto a verb?
Yes.
Is basically?
That can work. There are other adverbs that do not end in ly.
Or if you add an ly to an adjective more often.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
so
boy.
you should have your 5 words now. So this time
good.
I'm
These are
going to
my
give
5
you
words.
I'm going to give you around 30 seconds, and I want you to pitch me a TV show based on that title. Does not have to be a comedy. Does not have to be a drama. It could be a reality show. Whatever you want. And once again, I am going to be talking to Brett while this is going on.
And just for
Why?
for Dan, the title is what's written on these cards.
Oh, no,
Title is what's written on the card.
Usually, once we've played a game and I understand the rules, I'm good. It's when a game is completely surprising and also doesn't make sense.
Yes,
then
sure,
I'm less. That's
Just
cool.
a warning, we are playing 3 new games today.
Great. Love that we tested any of them yesterday
Yeah,
during
awesome.
our testing day.
Awesome.
You're on your toes. All right. Brady, the Oscars were Sunday. Did you watch them?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you watch the Oscars this week?
I didn't realize they were.
I didn't either. And I saw a bunch of headlines about the Oscars, and I guess they happened.
I don't know about that.
And you host a show about movies.
Yeah, I don't remember doing like our biggest Oscar picks and.
Maybe
no.
I'm wrong about that, but I saw headlines about Oscars winners and losers.
Wait, are we doing that pretend thing where this comes out around the Oscars, or no? Are you?
I
Just,
know, I'm
I
sincere.
feel like you're
right now.
gaslighting me right
No,
now.
I am sincere right now. I am confused.
And just for a second, Brett, if that's what we were doing, how could we go back in time and do something and have it come out if it's already happened?
Well, Brett has
Oh.
that time travel.
No, no.
Okay, just checking. Is
All
it
this
for-
technology
yeah, sure.
around here, we can travel in time.
Sure.
I was saying we would release this after the Oscars came out
Right.
the week after.
Right, that's
But
a good
you-
idea.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm
That's a good
saying?
No, I
idea.
get that.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
All right, thanks, Brett. You guys ready?
That was set up. There was no joke in that.
No.
Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
thought
was
you-
trying to tie it to Barbie, but then we got
Sure.
distracted because
Sure,
maybe the
I thought it was
Oscars
set-
didn't happen.
I thought it was set up to go somewhere. All right.
No,
I
no.
have a real quick, serious question. Can I still join this DoorDash?
Yes.
Okay, and I had to download. Guys, I had to download Grubhub while I'm switching.
Yeah. Oh, I
because
know.
we always order from one, but now
Sure.
Lex switched it up.
Oh,
I'm a
sorry. I thought it was
DoorDash.
Grubhub.
DoorDash.
We're
It's fine.
DoorDash people in this
All right.
house.
It's
Sorry.
fine. All right.
Hey, DoorDash, why don't you sponsor us or Grubhub? Either one. Just come forward.
Yeah.
Throw us a sponsorship. All right. Who would like to go first this time? Anyone?
Dan.
Yeah, I actually
Dan
do want
gets
to go
5
first this
points
time.
just because you want to go first.
Yes, the title of my show is called "Wow, George Washington crushed horseback riding crushingly."
Give me that title again.
Okay, Wow! George Washington crush horseback riding crushingly.
It's almost as if somebody saw a verb
Yeah.
and thought to make that an adverb. I'll put an ly on the end
And
of it.
yet, here's the
Wait,
here's
hold on.
the show.
But
Oh.
is it not a gerund adverb?
It is. I told you every verb I've done has been in a
there
gerund.
is at no point in here a gerund. But that's good. I mean, I guess horseback riding is. But anyway,
Game.
yeah.
Oh, no,
no,
TV
it's
show.
TV show.
TV show.
So this is a TV show that takes place at Mount Vernon High, where a young teenage George Washington destroys the equestrian competition to
I'm
win the
listening.
love of his mad crush, Martha.
Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm
Nicely
gonna
done.
I'm
Nicely
gonna
done.
give you 10 points for that. Dan.
All right, thank you.
You're coming back. Trav?
Mine is Mr. The is actually I'm not. That's not me. That's part of the Mr. Snuffleupagus falling eating quickly. This
TV show.
This is a TV show about the sad state of affairs of Mr. Snuffleupagus, who is now an alcoholic and overeater.
Oh no.
Having difficulty stumbling about. It's a reality show in which he is drinking, falling, eating quickly. And really, it's a very depressing
just
descent
follows
into
his
madness.
life. Just
Yeah.
follows his
Is it
life.
because he doesn't feel seen?
You know,
Thank you, God.
It did take a second. It did take a second.
you know they
Dan,
did
5
away with
points
that?
for that joke.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, that's right. He eventually did
Yeah.
get seen.
right. Yes, that's
That was
That
traumatic.
was a long time.
For a
I'm
lot of
very
Dramatic.
disappointed in Travis for besmirching the name of Snuffy with
I'm
this
not- I'm just-
horrible.
I'm just telling
He
you.
would never
this is-
drink.
I didn't tell you what he was drinking. He wasn't drinking alcohol. What the hell's wrong with
I
you?
thought you said alcoholic.
I did.
Yeah, you did. You totally did.
Bojack Snuffleupagus.
It is.
Yeah,
It is a Bojack.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. Thank you, Travis. I'll give you 5 points for that.
That's very generous.
I know it is. All right, Lex, you're up.
Turtle! Exclamation point. Grand Tetons, there you go. Dying quickly. Quickly. Dying, by the way, is spelled Dieing, Travis.
Yeah. That's the act of throwing a dice.
Oh, great.
This would have been better for the game segment.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Great.
But give me a TV show.
So, turtles, obviously. One played by Ryan Reynolds, the other one played by Anya Taylor-Joy. This is, of course, an animation.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yes,
Excellent,
yes,
excellent.
yes. They are traveling through the Grand Tetons. Tetons.
Tetons. It's a lovely word.
And
to say.
there's a moment where we see them dying in like the very beginning of the show, but it's all about their journey to death, essentially, like how they got there.
We see the end at the beginning.
Yes, but it's all just like crazy stuff that happens during the process, and this probably happens, whenever. Turtles happened to be alive during the prehistoric era, so like I kind of see it as like a Land Before Time type of thing.
Excellent. I would watch that show. I'm going to give you 10 points for that.
Hey!
All right.
There we go.
So that's
Nice.
the end of our first game. The points standing as it is now. Lex and Travis are tied with 30 points.
Wow.
And Dan is in the lead.
Oh,
Travis
with
seems
35.
surprised.
Wow.
All right. So when we come back, we are going to be tired or gamed. So stick around for that. Welcome back. Thanks so much for sticking around. Our next game that we're going to be playing, another new one. I hope you guys are prepared.
All right.
It's
Oh,
called
boy.
Tired or Gamed. All right. Now, I am going to give you a name. You have to decide if this name is the name of a tabletop game, a car, or both.
okay.
Okay? You're going to be writing down your answer on your paddles.
Nice.
All
Just
right?
give me 0 points now.
All right, so the first one is Gremlin. That's kind of an easy one in my world. You
Sure.
know?
Yeah, sure.
So
That's a hint, also. But
but I think the real question is if the other is true or not.
yeah,
Right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Everyone has their answer
Sure.
written down. All right.
Yes.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. It's both.
It is both. You say.
Yes, that's what I say.
Travis, what do you
I
say?
also say both.
And Lex, what do you say?
Both.
It is both. Yes.
Yeah.
AMC produced The Gremlin from 1970 to 1983, and there are many board games about the Gremlins film. Okay.
It's also Gremlins Inc.
And the
But-
gremlin car.
Right. And you
Yeah.
don't feed the car after midnight. Everyone knows that. You do not fuel up a gremlin car after midnight. That's a lesson for all of you out there. Do not fuel a car. All right. So the
that
next
movie.
title,
All right.
Friend Me.
Friend me?
Friend Me. Yeah.
It's
Now, is that a
neither.
game, a car, or
Yeah, is
both?
there a world where it's neither?
No, there is not a world where it's neither. I mean, there might be. There might be some, like, alternative universe where it's neither. But in this universe, it is one or the other or both. Everyone has their answer written down.
Locked and loaded.
Travis, what do you got?
I'm taking the stance. I say neither.
So contrary.
Job.
All right, Dan, what do you got?
I go game.
You're going game.
Yes.
Excellent. And Lex?
Game.
Gosh, nobody gets it right. It
Really?
is
It's
a
a
car.
That's weird.
Hey, can I just say I was half right?
Yeah, it is 2013.
They were completely wrong. I was half right.
You were half right. All right, Travis, you get 5 points for being half right. No, in 2013, Nissan produced a concept car. The console stretched through the center of the car so that all occupants could see the speed, the fuel, everything, okay? And fortunately, no one wanted to be its best friend, and thus it was never produced. But it was a concept car. All right, next. K9. K9.
Stop it.
Why? No. Why? It's either a board game, it's either a car, or it's both. What do you got? Oh, Travis, it's taking a long time to write down. Dan is ready. What do you
Yeah,
got?
I go game.
You're going game.
Yep, I go game.
Lex?
Both.
Changed your
Both.
answer.
No, I didn't. I didn't even
Both?
write anything down. Both.
And
Lex?
I
Trav?
I put down movie. I know it was a
Travis
movie.
gets 5 points. 5 points.
Sure.
But it is both.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Kia, and there's a board game titled K9 Capers. It's
Kia
a card
K9.
game from Game Right.
This
All right,
is
so
not
Lex,
my
you had
game.
that right?
Yeah.
You have 5 points?
Thanks.
Dan, did you have
No,
that
I
right?
had it really
Have you
wrong.
gotten any of these right?
No.
No.
No, I got the first one right.
Hey,
We all
what
did.
was the favorite car that you ever owned?
Jim Belushi?
Jim Belushi was,
It was
the
my
favorite
favorite
car.
No, my favorite car was I had a poop brown 1979 Volvo station wagon.
Of course you did.
That was my first car.
Yeah. So it was your first car. So like you didn't actually own it. It was your parents' car that they kind of let you
That
use.
they gave to me. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it-
And I was going to say that qualifies.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. It was. One day I opened the car and this old lady drove past and bent the door. She hit my door, bent it back. I forced it closed and had to Dukes of Hazzard the thing for like 6 months.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Fun fact for those listening out there, that is also the first time that the word favorite and Jim Belushi have ever been uttered in the same sentence. So,
In the
It was
context
K9.
of
It was
a car.
K9, right?
Yeah. You guys don't have a favorite car?
I mean,
that
I've
you
only
ever-
owned 2 cars in my. Oh, just kidding, 3. And
but not one of them.
I mean, I like the
categorized
one I
as
have
your
now. I
favorite.
have a Mazda, and
Okay.
it's nice.
my favorite car was a Saturn because that was the first car that was like actually not given to me. That
Yeah.
I bought it on my own. So it was Saturn.
Very nice.
All right, next round. Again, we're looking for a game, car, or both.
Maybe.
Probe. Everybody has an answer written down. Lex, we'll start with you this time.
Both.
Both is a safe bet.
I'm gonna go car.
Going car.
I'm going to say both because I know it's a car.
You do know it's a car.
I do know it's a car.
I knew it was
And
a
there's
car.
got to be a game
There's
with
gotta be a
probe in
name
the
called
There's
title.
Probe.
got to be a name called Probe.
Yeah.
You guys are both right because it is both. All right, so that's Trav and Lex. Each gets 5 points. Damn, you're falling behind. You're falling behind, buddy.
No, not my game.
All right. It was produced by Ford from 1988 to 1997, and it is a parlor game from Parker Brothers from 1964.
Very nice.
Okay? Some enjoy the game, while others will only participate while drunk.
Sure.
It's okay, Dan. You knew what a preposition was.
No,
so it's
yes,
fine.
no, thank you.
All right.
It makes me feel better.
We're going to do one more, okay? Life dunk.
Ah.
Life dunk. Is it a game, car, or both? It does feel like it's part of the last game we played where it's just a couple of words mashed up together. But I promise you it is something. All right, Trev, we'll start with you. What do you got?
Oh, I put breakfast cereal.
Yes, no, that's it. That was the answer I was looking for.
I may not be playing this game correctly.
No, I think you are. I think you are because I'm giving you 5
Better
points for
than
that.
me, amazingly.
All right, Dan, what do you got?
I go game for this one.
Dan,
Really?
Lex, what do you got?
All right.
Same. I put game.
No, it's a car.
I
The
never heard
Life
of a life
Dunk
dunk
is a
before.
car.
Dunk is a car. It
I
was
should have just
produced
written
by
Turner and
Honda
Hooch.
from 2000 to 2002 as part of their Life Car series. They were micro cars. They made one of these small cars with a turbocharged engine, and then they just added the Dunk title to it. So it was called Life Dunk.
Who's in charge of these names?
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
It does, doesn't it?
Awful car.
What's the fastest you've ever driven?
88 miles per hour.
88? That's the fastest?
No,
and then
I'm
you went
making
back
a-
in time?
Yes. Honestly, I don't know. I probably went about 100 on maybe close to 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's 120.
120?
Oh.
Okay.
140 miles an hour.
140.
Dang.
I'm going to tell you an insane story. I went 180 on a motorcycle.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was stupid. Like looking back on it, and I was also a passenger. Like I wasn't even driving it. It was this other guy's bike. I was on the back. Yeah. I was on the back, and we went 180 miles an hour. And this guy was, oh God, he was unpredictable. So like the whole time, I'm just like, what am I doing? But I went that fast. And let me tell you, on a motorcycle, when you go that fast and you start slowing down, go back to the speed limit, you may as well get off and walk. Like, like honestly, 55, 60 miles an hour is nothing compared to 180. All right. So that was the game. What did we call it again? Tired
Life
or
Dunk.
game?
We
All right.
called it Life Dunk.
When we come back, we are going to have Ryder Strong in the booth with us, and I'm going to be asking him 2.5 questions. So stick around. And we are back. I realized I didn't go over the points before we went to commercial break last time. So let's just review that quick.
Sure.
Dan, who is no longer in the room with us.
Now,
We banned him.
I believe we have a song that for this. Don't
I
we?
don't
No,
think we
good.
do.
I think we do. I think we was everybody ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Dan goes away, away goes Dan. Dan's in the booth, cause Dan has been banned. Hey!
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's great. So Dan has 35 points. Lex has 40 points. Travis has 50 points. Now, somebody who has 0 points in the game so far is Ryder. Ryder Strong used to be an actor. I asked you to write this bio, and that's what you
Did
put.
I really write that?
Yeah, you put used to be an actor. Best known for Boy Meets World and the cult horror film Cabin Fever. Now he writes stuff, directs stuff, and podcasts about stuff.
That's
Ryder
Stuff.
Strong, welcome to Everything's a
thank
Game.
you.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you for coming.
You didn't even want to mention any podcasts in specific, like
Just stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, right now the podcast that we've been doing is the Boy Meets World one. It's
Yes.
called Pod Meets World, where we're watching the show, and it's become a thing. We've even gone on tour now, which is crazy. But I mean, I was podcasting. I started podcasting in like 2010,
Yeah.
2011. I did a book podcast called Literary Disco, which. It turns out people don't listen to podcasts about books as much as they listen to podcasts about TV shows. It was basically like a book club. And so, I've been podcasting for a while, but Boy Meets World podcast has kind of become the thing.
Does it blow your mind how big the show still is to people? Because I've had a couple other friends who are doing similar things where revisiting, and they're just like, how is this still a thing?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think, because I had never watched the show. That's kind of the pitch for the podcast is like, I'm going to watch it. And I'm really appreciative of how good the show is. It was a sitcom. It was a multi-camera. It has a lot of the sort of kind of predictable basic things that a lot of them did. But the show really did... It was very moral. It taught lessons, and at the time, I think that was kind of out of touch with the rest of '90s television. Like, you have Seinfeld, where it's literally like it's about nothing, and Friends, where it's just like it's just jokes and funny situations. And meanwhile, our show was sort of slipping under the radar, and like. Still entertaining, but I think also like making kids feel like there were a lot of sentimental little thinking kids out there who I think it got under their skin and they still appreciate it. So I don't know. It's lasted in a way, and I'm watching it. I'm going, this show's got good lessons. Mr. Feeney has a lot of good things to say.
Feeney.
Like there's a lot of good parts of it. So yeah, I have been surprised, but I'm less surprised now that I'm actually watching it.
Wait, Lex, you're talking like you watched the show. Did you watch the show?
I watched the show growing up. Are you kidding?
I've told Ryder this many times. I did not. Like it wasn't a show that was on my radar.
I'm surprised you never watched it, but then like, do you just not like to watch yourself kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just knew what it was. It was like a live show. So we would do the scene, and then we would pre-tape stuff, and I would get to watch those playback. So I kind of had the vibe, and I was sick of the episodes. By the time we finished the week, I was like, I don't need to go,
Yeah, you don't want to revisit that.
Yeah, so but I mean, watching there are some episodes I do not remember at all. Like I have
so
no
funny.
recollection of making them. I have no recollection that ever happened.
Is that happening with your other fellow hosts on the show too? Like they're kind of revisiting and going, "We did that."
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
In fact, in some ways, like, what's interesting is that, like, Will remembers a lot, which is funny because he used to smoke a lot of pot, but he remembers a lot.
Used to.
But he doesn't remember much about the actual scenes. He just remembers some behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And Danielle remembers nothing. It's hysterical. She has it's just like a completely different person. For her, she's, in the way that I think most
She's a
teenagers
goldfish.
are. Yeah, exactly. The castle's a surprise every time.
Yeah.
She really is like a completely different person than she was back then in her mind. So it's like she's just watching some other teenager do a TV show. It's interesting.
Awesome. Well,
I used to watch the show too, and we used to joke between my friends and I that this is what Kit did after Knight Rider. He just started to teach a class because it's the same actor. And if you listen to it, he sounds so much like Kit.
Yeah.
Like it's like
his
Kit,
voice.
Kit, like teaching children about like hard lessons and everything. It's very weird.
you're dropping Kit into the conversation. Like everybody
Rider.
out there is going to have an idea of what.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Knight Rider. The car from Knight Rider. The same actor who was the voice of the car from Knight Rider was.
Kids, there was
Mr.
a
Phil
show
Daniels.
where a car had a voice.
All right, this is the part where we make me feel old. All right.
where we all feel old.
Yeah.
All right. Well, of course, Ryder, we have you here today because we want to ask you 2.5 questions. Okay.
I'm so curious about the half question.
You're going to find out.
So are we.
So part of the concept of our show is that everything's a game. So when I ask you a question, don't answer right away because what's going to happen is my fellow hosts are going to try to predict what might be the answer to the question, what you were going to say.
Okay.
And based on how close they get, I'm going to give them points. Okay?
Okay.
So your first question is, when was the last time you were truly lost? Okay, and again, you don't have to answer now. You can ask clarification if you want.
Right. So I like just how long ago, or what was the situation? Like, what is the?
Let's go with what was the situation.
What was the situation?
Yeah. What were you doing in your life when this was, all that sort of stuff. Okay. And everybody is writing down. You don't have to write a book, Travis. It's not a book. Okay.
Don't long answer shame me.
And if you don't have anything, you can make it up. Honestly, nobody on the internet cares. You can just drop unfactual things. In
actually,
there.
they care a lot, but don't worry about it.
What do you think? All right, Lex, you're still writing. Dan, how are you doing in there?
I'm good way over here. Thanks. Yeah.
You're part of the show too.
That's so nice.
So proud
Is
of
he?
you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
Yeah, it was weird
Lex,
the
are
way
you
that
done?
side of the room
Not
got
yet,
a lot
but
more handsome and charming than
it sure
when I
did.
left. Yeah.
All right, so Ryder, if you could give me the answer.
So
When
does he
was-
give the answer? Did we give the answers first? I can't remember how that.
Yeah, we give you the answers first.
Oh, is that right, Dan?
And then it's
You're telling me
tested
how the
against-
show goes.
Well, I'm just saying because if he gives the answer, then Lex will write down his answers.
No, I won't. I promise I won't.
No, I thought we let them answer first. I want to
You're
let
the
him
host.
answer first.
You're the
Maybe we'll
host.
do it the other way the
Okay.
other time. All right.
All right.
Ryder, do you have an answer?
The one time I can think of, it's going back about 9 years,
9 years, okay.
and I was I was hosting a bachelor party for a friend.
Okay.
And we were camping. But we were camping in the woods that I grew up in. Now, you've been up there, Leif.
yeah.
We were camping there. So I should know these woods very well. But we decided in the middle of the night, a little intoxicated, to try and find there's a rope swing through the woods that was on a neighbor's property.
So it's dark out.
So it's dark out.
Okay.
And we thought for sure we could go there. I mean, I grew up in these woods. I know. And we ended up roaming around the woods for about 45. Chris Levitas was there. Our
Okay.
friend Chris.
Yeah.
So we were roaming the woods for about 45 minutes to an hour, and I genuinely didn't know if I would find my way back to our campsite, like where we were camping. That's the only time I can think of. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's an excellent answer. And because I know those woods, this is kind of what I was.
Okay.
I kind of predicted this might be your answer. But none of these other people know those woods, so I'm interested in seeing what their answers were. Dan Billet, let's go with you first.
So I sort of I took a different take on Lost, and
sure.
I said when he agreed to do this show, like something had gone terribly wrong. And,
Excellent,
yeah.
Dan. I'm going to give you 10 points for that answer. All right, Lex, what do you got?
I said when he was but a wee child, first kiss at 8 years old with a girl similar looking to Topanga.
Oh, when you
Topanga.
emotionally lost.
Honestly,
like
I
lost
had a huge
himself.
crush on Topanga, just saying. So I wanted to,
I did have my first kiss at 8 years old. That
Oh,
was
did you?
accurate.
Oh, Lex, you get 10 points just for your accuracy on that. Were you reading his diary by chance?
Yes, I was. I broke into his house. And
All right, Travis, what do you got?
So, I mean, the irony is I was technically making a cabin fever joke, but I did say there was this time in the woods in a cabin, it didn't end well. But that really actually was the story. So,
Yeah, all right. I'll give you 5 points for that. Okay? All right.
I get 5 points for
Yep.
actually
No,
guessing
no.
the white one?
Yeah,
All right, sure.
no,
No,
because-
that makes perfect sense.
Yep. All right. It's at my discretion.
Oh, I get it.
All right, Ryder, this is going to be your second question. What was the moment where you realized and embraced that you were an artist? You know, something that happened artistically where you were in your moment, you were in your element, and you were like, yeah, this is me. This is what I do. Maybe it never happened.
Still waiting.
Maybe it never.
Why am I doing it?
But that's what we're looking for. All right. Again, Travis writes books every time. Lex is
and yet he doesn't know what a
fiercely
preposition
writing.
is.
Dan, how are you doing in there?
Yeah, still working.
Still working. All right.
I've locked in my answer. Please give me
Thank
points.
you, Lex. All right, you get points. I'll give you points for locking in your answer, just because these other guys are making me vamp too much, and I don't like
Aw.
it.
Aren't you an improv artist?
No, I'm not. Trav
Yes,
points
you
that
are.
out all the time. All right, Travis, done. Dan, are you done?
Close enough.
Okay. Ryder,
Yes.
when was the moment where you realized and embraced that you were an artist?
I can't really remember because I started acting very young. But I guess for me, when I was in third grade, my teacher asked me to if I could help her find a play for our class to perform.
Yeah.
And I went and wrote a play.
Hey.
And our class put it on, and that was like when I realized, like, oh, this is what I want to do. I want to, yeah.
Was it good?
No. No. I had to have speaking parts for 25 kids
Sure,
or whatever.
yeah.
So there's lots of like talking bugs and
Great.
I don't know. Now I do, and Leif's helped me out with this. I work with an organization called Young Storytellers a bunch, and we
Nice.
like work with fifth graders, and it was very much like a young storyteller script. It's like lots of talking animal. It was a fish that got caught and a king. I don't know. It was
Yes,
so funny.
the concept of young storytellers is great. What it is they bring in professional writers to help kids write a script. And then what they do, once the kids wrote a script, they bring in professional actors to perform the script as written. Like, so you don't change anything. So you get up on stage, you're reading it for the first time, and you're performing, and it's awesome.
It's amazing, and they get to see adult actors committing wholeheartedly
And
to.
they love that, I'm
yeah,
sure.
oh, they love it. And they see Danielle Fishel, who plays Topanga, come up, and she's playing somebody's mom, and and they just feel their writing like come to life, and it was for me like the same thing. That's kind of why I love young storytellers so much.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if, like, the end of that story was it was a long descent into madness of a young accountant who's, battling with his alcoholism. It's like, oh my God, how old are you?
Well, what did you think that he was going to say? What were you going to say?
What was that wasn't quite the question. What was the question?
Yeah,
Oh,
repeat
the
it.
question was, what was the moment when you realized and embraced that you were an artist?
Yeah, and I put June 5th, 2004, 6:45 a.m.
Is that
That's
what?
perfect.
Okay.
That's what I was very specific.
Yep.
Very specific.
Ryder, is that the right answer?
And I don't know
it's
when
not
he went
a
to third
horrible
grade.
answer. It's right when I would have gotten out of college. So,
So,
I
yeah,
will
all
say
right.
it was right after graduating college.
Okay.
so-
All right.
all right.
No points for that, Travis.
Honestly, I put a much earlier date, and then I was like, I don't know how old he is.
Old.
That date
He's
made
not
me.
that old.
I didn't want to put a date down and go, I wasn't born yet.
He's handsome as hell, no matter
Yes,
what.
he's very handsome.
Lex, what do you got?
I said, before he processed his childhood trauma.
Was that right before you wrote this?
Right.
Literally the day
That's
before.
about all I had. Yeah. This was the moment.
All right, Lex, you get points for that. Excellent job. Dan Billet, what do you got?
Well, mine was a little bit later in Ryder's career when, out of all the things he could have done a podcast about, he chose to do one called Literary Disco. And that was when you knew you were a real artist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lean in.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah.
concept. Like, we're going to do this. All right. Dan, I'm going to give you points for that.
All right.
I like that answer. All right. Now we get to the section where it is a half a question.
Okay.
It sounds confusing.
Yes, very
all right?
confusing.
Yeah, and I like that confusion. All right. So your half question is this: how often do you? Now, you can answer that however you want. You do not have to fill in the rest of the question. You just have to give an answer to the question that is in your head. How often do you? Okay. All right. And once again, these guys are going to write down what they think you might have done often and how often you might have done it. Okay. Trav already has his answer locked in. Dan, how you doing?
I'm good.
You're good?
Done this time.
Lex? I'm going to give Dan points because he liked. All right, Travis, fine. You get points.
Beggar.
I got
Me
no
for
points for that last one.
I
so
know you did.
I got to make up
and
some
I
ground.
feel bad about that. I'm sorry about that. I should have given you points.
Great job.
Yes, great job.
I spent
All right,
20
Lex.
minutes on Wikipedia learning about this man last night. I thought that date was accurate. I can't help.
All right, you good, Lex?
Yes,
All right,
yes.
Ryder.
Yes.
How often do you?
So now do I answer the I finish the question?
You don't
or
have to
just
finish the
answer?
question. Just
okay.
give me an answer.
Once a year.
Once a year. Excellent. All right. Travis, what did you have?
I put a lot less since the trial.
5 points for that. Dan Billet, what do you have?
I put twice a year, but he gets a cleanse afterwards.
Sure. That's close enough. I'm going to
pretty
give you
close.
points. All right, Lex, what do you got?
I said only once, half-heartedly, on June 5th, 2004, at 6:51 p.m.
Oh my God.
Which was 6 minutes after mine. So
I became an artist.
then 6 minutes
I
later.
had this one-time half-hearted
Excellent.
experience.
You get points for that, Lex. That was excellent. All right, you can say what it is if you want to. You do not have to.
I was just gonna taking like a big road trip across the country.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And you do. Like when
Yeah.
you guys go out, you go out. Like there is no.
We're doing it again this year. So
know.
yeah.
And do you need a cleanse after?
I do.
Well, then you
Thank
get
you
more
very much.
points. Then. That is an excellent answer. Okay, so we are going to take a break. We are going to invite you to stick around and play the last game with us when we come back. The game is going to be called Yahoo. But here's the thing. You're not coming into the game with no points. What we're going to do is we're going to give you one more point than the current leader so that you are in the lead when we come back.
All right. I have a shot.
And the current point total is, right now, I did not intend this. I haven't looked at the screen in quite a while. Everybody is tied with 65 points.
Whoa!
But here's the thing. You guys are also tied for the losing spot because Ryder has 66
So
points
Ryder's
coming
winning.
in. Okay?
Killing it already.
All right, so when we come back, we're going to play Yahoo. Stick around. Okay, welcome back to Everything's a Game. We asked Ryder Strong to stick around and play the last game with us. Thanks for doing that, Ryder.
Of course, yeah.
Appreciate you.
I'm the point leader.
That's true. You are the point leader. You have one more point than the rest of these fools. All right, so we are going to be playing a game called Yahoo. Yeah! All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a partial Yahoo News headline. And you have to figure out the parts that I have omitted from the headline. Sometimes I will give the facts and you have to figure out the person. Sometimes I will give the person and you have to figure out what they did. Buzz in as soon as you think you know the answer. Okay?
And when are these are from today or recently?
Yeah, recently.
Okay.
Let's say recently. I mean, Yahoo is not always the most prompt about changing.
I didn't know Yahoo was still around.
I was
so
gonna say-
that-
Didn't
I was gonna
either.
say-
I thought these were from like 1999.
I have a Yahoo email address.
I got to use my
Do you-
Hotmail
I
account
have
to
no doubt that you do.
buzz in.
Did you get that because you got it in a disc in the mail? It gave you 6,003
Boy,
hours.
oh boy.
No, I do use it as my spam email. Like anytime I have to sign up on a website, it's like my Yahoo email because like I do not want to get those spam emails. All right, so the first headline: Blank is ready for his close-up as Blank readies to portray the monster on film. So I'm looking for two answers this time. If you think you have, what are you writing down? Lex, you don't have to write it down. Buzz in. If you have one of those answers, what do you got?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale is the correct answer for one of those blanks.
Yes.
All right.
He's portraying Frankenstein.
Okay, yes, buzz in.
Frankenstein.
They're all questions we can answer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
So what were the other blanks? There were 2 blanks or 3?
there were 2 blanks.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
Lex got those right, so she gets points. So now she is in the lead, all right?
How do you?
Okay.
She
Okay.
keeps up with the news.
She keeps up with the news.
Human
I
being.
read the news every morning, and I
Yeah.
didn't. All right. Okay.
You didn't read it on
You're
Yahoo?
reading about
Not on
politics.
Yahoo. I didn't.
All right, number 2. Blank delivers a long-awaited shock as the CBS show nears its finish. Okay, we are looking for one answer here. Oh, Travis?
Hulk Hogan.
No, sorry, it's not. Hulk Hogan is
I have
not.
no idea.
I
Is that you, Dan?
Yeah.
What do you got?
ER. It's 'cause this is from Yahoo, right? So, I'm assuming it must be ER.
So you're going back, what, 15 years?
Yeah, about 15 years.
Talking about the
That's-
cancellation of ER. Ryder Strong.
I'm going to say Survivor.
Survivor, no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you guys a clue. Wait, Dan's going again.
Is it Blue Bloods?
It is not Blue Bloods.
Okay, just throwing it out.
All right, this show is...
Wait.
Travis.
the Sesame Street.
Boy Meets World.
So
Boy
we're
Meets
just,
World.
we're just going to name shows now. Is that what we're going to do?
Old show.
Until we get there, we're just going to name
Friends.
Friends. It's not Friends. All right. We are talking about a spin-off show. It could be considered
Spin
a
City.
prequel. Dan, what do you got?
Flow.
CBS spinoff.
Flow
From Alice? Yes, from Alice.
Oh,
That's-
Kiss My Grits.
CSI.
Is it Boy Meets World?
I already said that. CSI.
It is not CSI. All right.
NCIS.
It ran, no.
NCIS says CSI.
It ran-
CIS Hawaii.
It ran for 7 seasons, and it is about nerds. Okay, all right, not the candy. Nerds.
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
it is.
The
Young
new one,
Sheldon.
the
Young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon.
Travis got it finally. All right, I give you 5 points
Positive
for
I
that.
said that first.
You did?
Yes.
Did not.
Did you, Dan?
Yeah, but you didn't buzz.
Did you
in.
buzz?
This is the problem with you insisting on going in a different room. All right, you pay the consequences.
you went away.
It's
for
all right. It's all
isolating
right, guys.
yourself
It's
like
all
that.
right. It's worth it just to be away from you.
Okay.
That's fair. It's fair. Can I join you?
Oh God.
I'm just kidding.
All right. So the next one. This is a Yahoo headline. All right. The idea of you kissing scenes were so intense that blank gave Nicholas Galitzine a blank.
That can't be how you say that person's name.
It probably isn't. Nicholas Galitzine.
Who's the idea of you?
But blank. All right.
All right. Travis got it.
Hulk Hogan.
It's not Hulk Hogan. It's still not Hulk Hogan. I'm going to promise you right now,
right.
Hulk Hogan is not the answer to any of these questions.
Kiss every time.
Yes, Dan.
The second part is endoscopy.
I was gonna say.
That's how intense
No.
the kissing scenes
no.
were.
No. Jeez. Hernia.
Give her a hernia. No. All right, for the first blank, I'm going to give you a clue. This kitty has claws, right? And by that, okay, fine. This Catwoman has claws, all right? So it's somebody who played Catwoman.
Anne Hathaway?
All right, Lex, Anne Hathaway is right. Okay, so the idea of you kissing scenes were so intense that Anne Hathaway gave Nicholas Galitzine a...
Rash.
Ryder, I'm sorry, it's not rash, but you get points for that.
Okay.
Anyone?
Tongue cramp? I don't know. What do you want from me?
It's not a tongue clamp, but you get points for that.
Okay, great.
Yes, Dan.
A whole new lease on life.
You guys are great. I think you're funny people. I will say this. Nicholas says he hung it on his wall. What she gave him.
A vasectomy?
It's so hard to get it up there, but once it is, it's impressive. Anyone that comes over, they're just like, "What is that?" And you're like, "That's my vasectomy."
That's my vasectomy.
Yeah,
An award.
An award.
It's not an award.
No?
No.
Hung it on
I'm
his
moving
wall.
on. You guys,
Okay.
I'm moving on.
Well,
It's a gift. It's just a gift. All right. It's a simple answer. It's
You're
a
just
gift.
looking for the words gift?
I was looking for the word gift.
And we don't even know what the gift was?
I will tell you what the gift was.
Was it an award?
It's a painting of Listerine strips. Now, and
There's no
supposedly
way.
the reason is because they did so many kissing scenes, and he always had fresh breath, so she just wanted to like honor that in some way. So she gave him
that's
a
sweet.
painting of
I
Listerine
like
strips.
that.
I don't know if it was an original painting. I don't know if she painted it herself.
There would be no way we would have ever gotten that one, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
All right, number 4.
By the way, everybody tune in next episode when I do my Ask Jeeves bit.
All right, number 4. Blank-themed Kia stolen in Silver Lake, found damaged days later. Blank-themed Kia. Now, Kia, yes, Dan.
Taco. Taco themed Kia.
I'm sorry, it is not
No.
a taco. That's not
Now,
his
first
bad
of all,
answer.
he meant the band, not the food.
All right, I'm giving Dan 5 points for that.
Thank you.
Yes, Lex?
Ghostbusters.
What?
Did I really get
What?
it? Holy crap.
What?
I just thought like car-themed things. I'm doing so good.
Lex! I'm going to give you
Right.
15
It's like
points
I
for that.
scour Yahoo News every day.
That is amazing. I'm so proud of you. Excellent job. All right, yes, it was a Ghostbusters themed Kia that was stolen. The car was green, looked
thank
kind
you.
of slimy.
Thank
Who are they
you.
going to call to solve this case?
All
Was
right.
the joke I wrote before you killed the bit. All right, let's do another one of these. Okay. I don't like that one. Let's go to this one. Blank says blank. This is going to be a 3-part answer. 3-part answer. Okay. Blank says blank must be sick of hearing about how he was originally cast as blank.
Blank says blank.
There's too many blanks.
Yes.
Michael J. Fox must be about Eric Stoltz, Marty McFly.
That is an excellent
That's a
answer.
great
it is
answer.
not. It is not correct. But I'm
was
going to
really
give you
good.
points for that because I like.
I would read that
All right.
article
Yeah.
on Yahoo.
Hulk Hogan and Urban Commando.
We've dealt with this. We've dealt
No?
with this. It's not Hulk
It's
Hogan.
not Hulk. Okay.
We've dealt
All
with
right.
this.
Who
Any-
else? What other famous almost cast not replaced?
I'm going to give you a hint. All right. The first is most
Rob-
famously named after a gun. The second is named after a car. And the third is the dog's name.
Oh. Yes, so it's Harrison Ford, Tom Selleck, and Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Right.
Excellent
Very
job,
nice.
Dan.
Very
You're
nice,
going to
Dan.
get 15 points for that.
Yay.
I'm just saying that Robert De Niro was originally cast in Urban Commando.
Start the rumor now.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more, and then that's going to be it, okay? All right, so this is your last chance to get points. Blank says blank 3 won't happen unless there's enough pressure from fans.
Frozen 3.
Ryder Strong, what do you got?
Frozen.
Frozen. It is not Frozen. It is not Frozen. Anyone else?
Something that has a sequel but not a
it would be
prequel.
It has 2, but not a third.
not a third. As 2. I will give you a clue. The first blank played the second blank originally.
What?
I see. Okay, I see what you're doing.
I also had a huge crush on her as a kid.
B. Arthur.
Well, you know that about me, that I
Yeah.
do love B.
Big
Arthur.
B. Arthur fan.
Oh, I couldn't wait.
Oh, I
to
thought
meet
you were
B. Arthur.
joking.
No,
Oh,
it was
she
joking.
thinks
Okay.
got a thing for
do
B.
not have a
Arthur
thing
like
for
you
B.
wouldn't
Arthur.
believe.
I would believed it, though.
I always thought that she was related. Oh, Ryder?
Go for it.
Wonder Woman.
Yes. Who's the first blank?
Linda Carter?
Oh, Lex comes in right at the end. All right. Yes, excellent. Linda
I
Carter
assisted. It
says
was an
Wonder Woman
assist.
3 won't happen unless there's enough pressure from fans. All right. So that is the topical game, Yahoo.
Timely.
So
the cutting
very
edge
good.
game.
Yep.
Brought to you by AOL.
AOL Instant Messenger.
Yep.
So that
And
is
Western
the,
Union.
Yeah, and Western Union.
For all of your telegraph needs.
Telegram.
Telegraph coming in.
All right, so that
Telegraph.
is the end of our game and the end of our episode, actually. So I'm going to go over the points. Travis comes in at the end, at the bottom, I'm sorry, with 70 points.
If Hulk Hogan had been involved in more of those, I would have won that.
You are correct. You would have. Ryder,
Yeah.
76 points, so you beat Travis.
Very nice.
Dan, excellent showing with 90 points. Very proud of you. But Lex with 105 points.
Ooh, that Ghostbuster.
That Ghostbuster answer just kind of
Pulled a couple of
propelled
those
you to the
out.
end.
That was like,
So you are the
Movie
most winner of everything, a title you're going to hold. I don't know how
Where's
long you want
my
to hold
crown?
it. Yeah, what are you going to do with your title?
Oh, I don't know. Lord it over you guys for a while, I
Oh,
guess.
yeah?
Yes.
In what
Same
way?
thing you do every day.
Every day, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
But because Lex won, that also means that Stephen A. McPherson wins, who commented on one of our videos and said, looks like a great place to visit. That was, of course, on one of our Strong videos, the Strong Museum videos, the adults versus kids. But thanks to all of you out there for tuning in. Thanks to Ryder Strong for showing up and playing games with us
Thank
and
you.
answering questions. We appreciate you so much. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Leave comments, because if you leave a comment, you might be able to win a prize. And what will they win, Dan? You want to answer that question?
A game.
Yeah, because everything's a game.
That's right.
Right, kids? All right, so please do all that stuff, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much. Everything's a Game is a production of Above Board TV. The show's theme song is composed by David B. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel and other social media pages to access even more of our original content.
Every day.